Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We got you covered. Overnight into the 19th of March, Russian forces attacked Ukraine with 133 strike drones. According to Ukrainian military officials, hits were recorded at 11 locations across the country. Russian forces also targeted energy infrastructure in the Zaporizhia region, leaving more than 38,000 households without electricity. In Odessa, a nighttime drone attack caused destruction and fires in residential buildings across 3 districts of the city. 3 people were wounded, with another 3 residents trapped in their apartments and then, luckily, successfully rescued. One of the Russian Shahed drones struck a multi-story building, partially destroying several apartments. Now, another hit was recorded at the premises of a business, resulting in damaged equipment and also 11 damaged vehicles. Additionally, on the evening of the 18th of March, authorities in the Lviv region reported that a Russian drone struck a building belonging to the Security Service of Ukraine. According to preliminary information, there were no casualties. Turning to the front line now, Ukrainian counterattacks have been reported southeast of Liman. Ukrainian military observer Konstantin Mashoviets states that Ukrainian forces are advancing towards Yampil, pushing deeper into the area. Now, at the same time, the pace of the Russian offensive has slowed significantly. Over the nearly 3 months of 2026 so far, Russian forces have advanced across less territory than in December of last year. According to the Ukrainian analytical project known as Deep State, Russian forces captured 416 square kilometers in the first 2.5 months of the year, compared to 450 square kilometers in December. Despite this, the Russian General Staff continues to report broad advances and claims of capturing cities. According to Valery Gerasimov, Russian forces have allegedly taken over more than 60% of Konstantinivka and over half of Liman and are conducting urban fighting in Orikhiv. However, independent assessments indicate that Russian forces have only approached Liman and are fighting on the outskirts of Konstantinivka. Also, these forces apparently remain between 5 and 10 kilometers away from Orikhiv. Turning now to the Middle East, Israeli airstrikes on Wednesday targeted Iran's gas infrastructure in the south of the country. Strikes hit the South Pars Special Economic Zone in the Bushehr province, the largest gas field in the world, which accounts for about 70% of Iran's gas production, as well as oil and gas facilities in the nearby port city of Asaluya. Iranian state television reported that Iran would retaliate by targeting oil and gas infrastructure in Qatar, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. As a result, several Qatar Energy LNG facilities came under renewed missile strikes on the morning of the 19th of March, causing large fires and significant additional damage, though no casualties were reported. Earlier on, following threats from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Ras Laffan industrial complex in Qatar, the world's largest LNG production hub, was also hit, with damage sustained by the Pearl GTL gas-to-liquids facility. In response, Qatar declared Iranian diplomatic and security attachés persona non grata, ordering them to leave the country. Meanwhile, Afghanistan has temporarily suspended military operations against Pakistan at the request of Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Turkey, according to an Afghan government spokesperson. No exact time frame was initially specified. Pakistan had previously also agreed to a temporary ceasefire under the mediation of the same countries, announcing a pause in hostilities from the night of the 19th of March until midnight on the 24th of March. In Baghdad, Iraq, a fiber-optic FPV drone belonging to pro-Iranian forces was spotted flying over the US diplomatic compound. A fiber-optic technology allows the operator to maintain a stable video link, even under challenging electronic warfare conditions, which significantly increases the risks to the target. The use of fiber-optic FPV drones in such conditions highlights the development of asymmetric technologies in the region and raises concerns about the security of US diplomatic facilities in Iraq. One has to agree, this is a bit of a mess. This drone literally went on a guided tour of that facility. It's supposed to be a high-security environment, yet it was just flying around unchallenged. This is a slow-flying drone. Also, it's dragging a piece of cable. I mean, it's very thin, it's hard to spot, but still, this also means that the operator could not have been that far away. Of course, the distance is now measured in kilometers, could be quite considerable in the case of some drones. Nevertheless, it is a bit problematic. It is also quite interesting how there is still a debate concerning how certain countries allegedly don't have the cards when it comes to hunting down such low-flying drones using way cheaper anti-drone systems, including interceptor drones. And you know, it's no mystery which country we're referring to. We're referring to Ukraine. And I'm quite confident that after this incident, the demand for Ukrainian interceptor drones will go up even further, because without them, well, you're going to be seeing scenes like the one that we've just witnessed. Anyway, moving on. Russian lurker drones, also known as the Zhduny, are one of the most dangerous threats on the Ukrainian front lines. They hide in thickets, ruins and abandoned buildings, waiting for the right moment to relay the coordinates of Ukrainian positions for an attack. But the modern battlefield no longer leaves them any room to remain unseen. Ukrainian Mavic operators methodically scan the area from the air, spotting the drones and destroying them with precision strikes. On the 8th of March, US and Israeli aircraft struck a target identified as the headquarters of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps in Iran. The Israeli military stated that this center was used as a hub for receiving, transmitting and conducting research for the Iranian Space Agency, which, according to Israel, is linked to the country's military structures. And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news, updates and commentary.